These 4 herbs improve circulation and intimacy after 60 life lessons from the elderly. Hey there, my friends. Pull up a chair, grab a cup of tea, or maybe a glass of that red wine you love, and let's have a heart-to-heart. I'm 90 years young, and let me tell you, I've seen a lot in my time. I've laughed, I've cried, I've danced at weddings, and I've held hands at farewells. But most of all, I've learned. Oh, how I've learned. And today, I want to share some of that hard-earned wisdom with you, especially if you're in your 50s, 60s, or beyond, looking to live your best life, full of health, joy, and maybe even a little spark of romance. You know, when I was your age, let's say around 60, I thought I had it all figured out. I was active, I was busy, but I'll admit I wasn't always kind to my body. I didn't realize how small changes, like adding a few herbs to my meals, could make such a big difference. But over the years, I've discovered some secrets, not just from doctors or books, but from life itself. And today, I'm excited to talk about 4 incredible herbs that can help improve your circulation and, yes, even your intimacy after 60. Now, don't blush. We're all grown-ups here, and keeping the spark alive is just as important as keeping your heart strong. This isn't just about herbs, though. It's about living with purpose, with joy, and with a body that feels good. I've been where you are, wondering how to stay vibrant, how to keep the aches and pains at bay, and how to feel connected to the people you love. So, let's talk about these herbs, but also about the life lessons I've picked up along the way. I'll share stories from my own journey, from friends I've met, and from the elders who taught me that aging isn't about slowing down. It's about living wiser. Why should you listen to me? Well, I'm not a doctor or a scientist. I'm just someone who's lived long enough to know what works and what doesn't. I've raised kids, traveled the world, and learned to listen to my body. And at 90, I'm still here, sharing my stories on YouTube because I believe we're never too old to inspire each other. So let's dive in. Grab a notebook if you want, or just sit back and listen. This is for you, my friends who want to age gracefully, stay healthy, and keep love alive. The power of circulation and intimacy after 60. Before we get to the herbs, let's talk about why circulation and intimacy matter so much, especially as we age. You see, when I was in my 60s, I started noticing little things. My hands would get cold easily, my legs felt heavy after a walk, and sometimes I just didn't have the energy I used to. I didn't know it then, but those were signs of poor circulation. Your blood is like a river, carrying oxygen and nutrients to every part of your body. Your heart, your brain, your muscles, and yes, even those parts that keep intimacy alive. Good circulation keeps you feeling young. It helps your heart pump strong, your mind stay sharp, and your body stay active. And intimacy? Well, that's not just about the physical side, though that's important. It's about feeling close to your partner, sharing moments of affection, and keeping that emotional bond tight. I remember when my husband and I were in our 60s, we'd still hold hands on our evening walks, sneak a kiss in the kitchen, or just sit together listening to Frank Sinatra. Those moments kept us connected, and a healthy body made them possible. But here's the thing. As we age, our blood vessels can get a little stiff, and our circulation can slow down. Stress, poor diet, or not moving enough can make it worse. And that can affect everything, from how energetic you feel to how intimate you can be. The good news? Nature has given us some incredible tools to help, and that's where these 4 herbs come in. I'm going to walk you through each one, share how they've helped me or people I know, and give you practical ways to use them. Plus, I'll sprinkle in some life lessons, because health isn't just about what you eat. It's about how you live. Herb number 1, hawthorn, the heart's best friend. Let's start with hawthorn. If you've never heard of it, don't worry. It's not as fancy as it sounds. Hawthorn is a beautiful shrub with berries that have been used for centuries to support the heart. When I first learned about hawthorn, I was skeptical. A berry helping my heart? Really? But then I met my friend Clara, who was 75 and swore by her hawthorn tea. She'd been having heart palpitations, and her doctor suggested hawthorn as a natural way to strengthen her heart. After a few months, she was back to her ballroom dancing classes, twirling like she was 50 again. Hawthorn is like a gentle hug for your heart. It helps improve blood flow, strengthens the heart muscle, and can even lower blood pressure. For circulation, this is huge. Better blood flow means more oxygen getting to your muscles, your brain, and yes, those intimate areas. Studies, and I'm no scientist, but I've read a few, show that hawthorn can help with conditions like congestive heart failure and angina. But even if your heart's in good shape, hawthorn can keep it that way. Now, how does this tie to intimacy? Well, a strong heart means better stamina and energy. When you feel good physically, you're more likely to feel good emotionally, too. I remember my husband, George, started taking hawthorn supplements in his 60s. Said it gave him more pep in his step. And let me tell you, those evening walks turned into evening dances in our living room. It wasn't just about the herb. It was about him feeling confident and alive. How to use hawthorn. Tea. Steep 1 teaspoon of dried hawthorn berries in hot water for 10 minutes. Drink 1 to 2 cups a day. It's mild and slightly sweet. Supplements. Look for hawthorn capsules or tinctures at a health store. Follow the dosage on the bottle, but 500 to 1,000 milligrams daily is common. Safety tip. Always check with your doctor, especially if you're on heart medications. Hawthorn's gentle, but it's powerful. Life lesson from hawthorn. Take care of your heart in every sense. Physically, yes, eat well, move your body, try herbs like hawthorn. But emotionally, too. Forgive those grudges, call your kids, hug your spouse. A strong heart in love and health is what keeps you young. I learned this when I lost my sister years ago. We'd had a silly argument, and I never got to say sorry. Don't let pride steal your heart's joy. Herb number 2, ginger, the circulation booster. Next up is ginger. Oh, how I love ginger. It's spicy, it's warm, and it's like a wake-up call for your body. When I was 70, I started feeling stiff in the mornings. My joints ached, and my feet were always cold. A neighbor, Maria, who was from Jamaica, brought me a pot of ginger tea one day. She said, "This will warm you from the inside out." And she was right. After a week of sipping ginger tea, I felt like I could chase my grandkids around the yard again. Ginger is a superstar for circulation. It's a natural blood thinner, which means it helps your blood flow smoothly, preventing clots and improving oxygen delivery. It's also an anti-inflammatory, so it can ease those aches and pains that creep up after 60. And for intimacy, ginger's warming effect can boost blood flow to all the right places, if you know what I mean. It's no accident that ginger's been called an aphrodisiac in some cultures. I'll never forget my friend Tom, who was 68 and struggling with low energy. He and his wife, Linda, want to keep their marriage spicy, but he just felt tired all the time. I suggested ginger tea, and a month later, he told me, "I feel like I'm 50 again." He was hiking, cooking dinner with Linda, and even planning a romantic getaway. Ginger didn't just help his body. It helped his confidence. How to use ginger. Tea. Slice a 1-inch piece of fresh ginger. Boil it in water for 10 minutes and add honey or lemon. Drink 1 to 3 cups daily. Cooking. Add grated ginger to stir fries, soups, or smoothies. It's versatile and delicious. Supplements. Ginger capsules are great if you don't love the taste. Aim for 1,000 milligrams daily. Safety tip. Ginger can interact with blood thinners, so talk to your doctor if you're on medication. Life lesson from ginger. Add a little spice to your life. Don't let routine dull your days. Try new things, whether the new recipe, a dance class, or a weekend trip with your partner. Ginger taught me that a little warmth, a little boldness can make everything feel alive again. At 80, I took up painting, and it was like discovering a new part of myself. What's your ginger moment going to be? Herb number 3, ginkgo biloba, the brain and body connector. Now, let's talk about ginkgo biloba. This herb comes from one of the oldest tree species on Earth. And let me tell you, it's as wise as it is ancient. I started using ginkgo in my 70s when I noticed my memory wasn't as sharp. I forget where I parked my car or what I needed at the store. A friend, Helen, who was a retired nurse, told me about ginkgo. She said it helped her stay focused and even improved her circulation. I gave it a try, and within a few weeks, I was remembering names and feeling more alert. Ginkgo is famous for boosting blood flow to the brain, which helps with memory and concentration. But it also improves circulation throughout the body, including to your extremities, and yes, those intimate areas. Better blood flow means better sensitivity and responsiveness, which can make a big difference in your love life. Plus, when your mind is sharp, you feel more confident, and confidence is sexy at any age. I remember my cousin Ed, who was 65 and worried about his marriage. He felt disconnected from his wife, partly because he was so forgetful and tired. I suggested ginkgo, and he started taking it daily. A few months later, he was planning date nights, remembering anniversaries, and even surprising his wife with little notes. It wasn't just the herb, it was him feeling like himself again. How to use ginkgo biloba. Supplements. Ginkgo comes in capsules or tinctures. A common dose is 120 to 240 milligrams daily, taken with food. Tea. Ginkgo tea is less common but available. Follow package instructions. Safety tip. Ginkgo can interact with blood thinners or seizure medications. Check with your doctor and start with a low dose. Life lesson from ginkgo. Keep your mind open and curious. Aging doesn't mean you stop learning. Read books, try puzzles, talk to new people. Your brain is like a muscle. Use it and it'll stay strong. Ginkgo reminded me to stay engaged with the world. At 85, I started learning about computers, and now I'm making YouTube videos. What's something new you can learn? Herb number 4, maca, the energy and libido booster. Last but not least, let's talk about maca. This one's a bit of a hidden gem. Maca is a root from Peru, and it's been used for centuries to boost energy and, well, let's just say it's got a reputation for sparking romance. When I was 80, I was feeling a bit sluggish. My energy was low, and I wasn't as excited about life as I used to be. A friend, Rosa, who was a holistic health coach, gave me some maca powder to try in my smoothies. I thought, what's this going to do? But after a couple weeks, I had more energy, and I'll admit I felt a little more playful. Maca is incredible for balancing hormones, which can get out of whack as we age. It boosts energy, improves mood, and yes, it can enhance libido for both men and women. For intimacy, this is key. When you feel energized and balanced, you're more likely to want to connect with your partner. And good circulation, which maca supports, makes those moments even better. I'll never forget my friend Dorothy, who was 70 and newly widowed. She was dating again, but felt nervous about intimacy. I shared some maca recipes with her, and she started adding it to her morning oatmeal. A year later, she was glowing in love and telling me, I feel like I'm 40. Maca didn't just help her body. It gave her the confidence to open her heart again. How to use maca. Powder. Add 1 to 2 teaspoons of maca powder to smoothies, oatmeal, or yogurt. It has a nutty, earthy taste. Capsules. Maca supplements are easy to find. Aim for 1,500 to 3,000 milligrams daily. Safety tip. Maca is generally safe, but start small to see how your body reacts. If you have thyroid issues, talk to your doctor. Life lesson from maca. Never stop feeling alive. Age is just a number, and your spirit can stay young forever. Maca taught me to embrace every day with energy and joy. At 90, I still dance to my favorite songs, laugh with my grandkids, and share stories like this. What makes you feel alive? Chase that feeling. Bringing it all together. A holistic approach. Now, these 4 herbs, hawthorn, ginger, ginkgo, and maca, are powerful, but they're not magic pills. They work best when you pair them with a healthy lifestyle. Here's what I've learned over the years about living well after 60. Move your body. You don't need to run marathons. A 20-minute walk, some gentle yoga, or dancing in your kitchen can keep your circulation strong. I still do a little stretch every morning, and it feels like a gift to my body. Eat well. Fill your plate with colorful fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins. These herbs are great, but they shine when your diet is balanced. Stay connected. Intimacy isn't just physical. Spend time with your partner, your friends, your family. Share stories, laugh, hold hands. Those connections keep your heart full. Manage stress. Stress is a circulation killer. Try meditation, deep breathing, or just sitting quietly with a cup of tea. I love listening to birds in my garden. It's my daily reset. Listen to your body. If something feels off, don't ignore it. See your doctor, and don't be afraid to ask about natural remedies like these herbs. I've seen these habits transform lives. My friend Margaret, who was 68, was struggling with high blood pressure and low energy. She started walking daily, drinking ginger tea, and taking hawthorn supplements. A year later, she was traveling with her husband, feeling better than she had in years. It's not about being perfect. It's about small, consistent steps. Stories of wisdom from the elderly. Let me share a few more stories, because wisdom isn't just in herbs. It's in the lives we live. When I was 75, I met a man named Henry at a community center. He was 80 and he'd just lost his wife. Instead of giving up, he started volunteering, teaching kids to read. He told me, life's too short to stop giving. Henry took ginkgo to keep his mind sharp, and he lived at 95, inspiring everyone around him. Then there was my Aunt Ruth, who was 70 when she learned to salsa dance. She'd always been shy, but she started adding maca to her diet and found the courage to join a dance class. She met her second husband on the dance floor, and they were inseparable until she passed at 88. Ruth taught me that it's never too late to try something new. These stories remind us that aging is a privilege. Every wrinkle, every gray hair is a badge of a life well lived. And with the right tools, like these herbs and a positive mindset, you can make every year count. Well, my friends, we've covered a lot today, haven't we? From hawthorn's heart-hugging power to ginger's spicy warmth, ginkgo's brain-boosting magic, and maca's energy-lifting spark. These 4 herbs are gifts from nature. They can help you improve your circulation, boost your energy, and yes, keep intimacy alive after 60. But more than that, they're a reminder to live fully, love deeply, and embrace every moment. As I sit here at 90, I think about all the years behind me and the lessons they've taught. Life isn't always easy. There are aches, losses, and days when you feel like staying in bed. But there's also so much beauty. The laugh of a grandchild, the touch of a loved one's hand, the warmth of a sunny morning. These herbs, these habits, these stories, they're all part of a bigger picture, a life lived with wisdom and joy. So, here's my challenge to you. Pick one herb to try this week. Maybe start with a cup of ginger tea or a hawthorn supplement. Pair it with a small change. Take a walk, call a friend, or plan a date night. See how it feels. And if you like, share your story with me in the comments. I read every one, and they warm my heart. Before I go, let me leave you with a quote I love. We don't stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing. That's from George Bernard Shaw, and it's stuck with me all these years. Keep playing, my friends. Keep loving. Keep moving. Keep living. You're not just aging. You're growing wiser, stronger, and more beautiful every day. Thank you for spending this time with me. If you enjoyed this video, give a thumbs up, share it with someone you love, and subscribe for more stories and wisdom. I'll be back soon with more lessons from the heart. Until then, take care of yourself and keep shining. See you next time.